Every time Apple releases a new product, there's some sort of new controversy, and rightfully so, they're doing some pretty weird stuff lately. But anyways, how is the new 15-inch 2016 MacBook Pro with Touch Bar? Well, it's a pretty good computer, but I'm still a bit mixed on it. I'm gonna stop you right there, Canoopsy from like a week ago. I am Canoopsy from modern day, today, present day Canoopsy, and that's Canoopsy from a week ago because he recorded that a week ago. So I'm going to tell you a whole bunch more things about the 2016 MacBook Pro that I wouldn't have told you a week ago to make this review a lot more full of information, full of experience, and full of a whole bunch of the issues and positives and negatives that I've personally experienced. So I'm going to interject every once in a while with these facts and points just so you know everything about the computer that you should know. First, the design. It's a beautiful computer for sure. It's extremely well built and the new space gray aluminum is fantastic. It has a small footprint for a 15-inch laptop and actually weighs less than my last laptop even though it was smaller. But to protect the design from scratches and damage while providing a unique look, slap on a D-brand skin. This is the matte black, but it comes in many other colors and textures. Link in the description. One thing I've only found in Apple laptops is they only require one hand to open them or even one finger, which is very convenient. Once it's open, you get the wonderful keyboard. The keyboard backlighting is excellent and key presses both feel and sound great. I'm not really a fan of the trackpad though, I think it's just way too big. I tend to rest my palm on the laptop body when I'm using it, but with the trackpad so big, I often trigger the right click. I'm still getting used to the click too, especially coming from a real hardware click, it's definitely way different. My thoughts on the trackpad still haven't really changed. It's way too big. All my friends do the same thing as well. It's the same size as my phone. Really, it's a massive trackpad and my palm is always still resting on it whenever I'm doing anything. So I have to lift my palm up like this whenever I'm clicking, so it's kind of awkward overall. I might get used to it later on, but for now, I'm still not really feeling it too much. The new feature of the MacBook Pro is the Touch Bar, and I'm still super mixed on it right now. It's great for things like Safari and emojis obviously, and a bunch of other things too, but most of the time it just sits there doing pretty much nothing. I also don't like how it defaults to only a few controls when using it. I prefer that it defaults to a full set of function keys to easily access brightness and volume buttons instead of using sliders, which is kind of annoying. The predictive text feature is also too slow for it to really be useful, so it just flashes on screen. That's pretty much it. But regardless, you do have Nyan Cat, so that's good enough. I expect the app situation to get better in the future though, so this should be useful down the road. The Touch ID scanner is really nice too, and it's fast enough to log you in, so I like that a lot. And the speakers in this computer are legitimately amazing, with a great overall sound, fantastic for media consumption or just general listening overall. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, ports. 4 Thunderbolt 3 USB-C ports and 1 headphone jack. The new ports are kind of a pain, yes. Instead of just plugging in my hundreds of USB-A accessories, I can't do that. I have to use adapters or use USB-C accessories that I have to go out and buy. I don't mind it too much because Thunderbolt 3 is insanely awesome for the future, but the biggest omission for me is the SD card slot. The SD card slot removal is a true pain for photographers and video people like me. It just takes an extra step to get that adapter or plug it into the computer. So the port situation really isn't that bad at all as long as you embrace Thunderbolt 3, which is insanely awesome as it is. It also really bothers me that Apple actually thought about removing the headphone jack from this Mac, which is a very scary thought. Now the screen, it's absolutely beautiful. It's vibrant, accurate, sharp, and really insanely great looking, all with thin AF bezels. It also has a resolution of 2880 by 1800 on a 15.4-inch screen, so it really looks beautiful and amazing overall. For specifications, my model has a 2.6 GHz quad-core i7 processor, Radeon Pro 455 graphics, 16GB of RAM, and a 512GB SSD. These specs lead to great daily performance, and things like Final Cut Pro that are more intensive work pretty great overall. I'm gonna stop you right there because, yeah, it has good performance overall, like it works really well for a laptop, but the thing is it has good performance until it doesn't have good performance, meaning I'm watching my boy Harris Craycraft's latest video and I'm not really sure what's going on with the screen right now. Here's the worst bug of the new MacBook Pro. I'm editing in Final Cut right now. I can't show you the video just yet, but I can't seem to zoom in for some reason. I can't pinch to zoom like what I'm used to. Usually I have to keep quitting. This has happened to me about 5-6 times now. It's such a pain, honestly. Every time I use Chrome, this happens. I try to quit it when I'm done using it, and it just doesn't quit. It just does not quit no matter what I do unless I force quit it, but that shouldn't have to happen. It should just quit regularly. It's kind of a pain overall. The best thing about the new touch bar has to be the lack of the escape key, especially when a program like Final Cut made by Apple freezes. See, I can't do Command, Option, Escape, because not only is the thing frozen for some reason right now, touch bar is inactive, frozen, even the beach ball is frozen too. If I close it, then reopen it, same thing. So, yeah. Gaming is good for some games, but this isn't a gaming machine at all, so don't expect the best performance out there, and don't buy it if you're a gamer looking for a new computer. The battery estimates have always given me about 5 to 6 hours total, and that's basically what I've gotten, so it's not the best battery life right now, but it may improve in the future with software updates and possibly through my testing even further. Okay, battery life is one of my least favorite things about this machine. It's just not very good at all. So I was using Keynote and Pages, and I was just alternating between them. Nothing really intensive, just working on a presentation, typing some stuff out, at 100% down to 20% in about an hour and a half. I was thinking it could just be my unit, but from what I understand, other people are having the same issues too with very horrible battery life. So the computer isn't really that mobile if it has to be plugged in all the time or being recharged all the time, which is definitely a massive negative. And the pricing, how about the pricing? Well, it's not cheap at all. On screen right now is a whole bunch of pricing for the US and for Canada, and you'll see which one is which for the 15-inch model. So I paid about $34.99 for my machine, which is almost $4,000. Most expensive computer I've ever bought, which is just really crazy if you think about it. So to sum it all up, should you buy the new MacBook Pro? Well, I'll break it down for you in the simplest form possible. So I actually deleted that part from the video. It just didn't make that much sense overall. Like, I went through reasons why you should buy it, then why you shouldn't buy it, but there's only really 3 reasons why you should buy it, because my opinion has really changed overall. So number 1, if you have to have the latest Apple computer all the time, then you have to get this one. It's the latest computer, you gotta buy it. Number 2, if you just need a new upgrade, like my laptop actually died right before I got this, so I had to get a new computer, so I got this. And number 3, if you don't care about the whole dongle situation, the battery life, you're gonna have it plugged in, you don't care about any of the problems, then yeah, it's a good machine. If you have complete faith in Apple to fix all the issues, then yeah, it's fine. Before I let Canoopsy from about a week ago take you out, I also want to just say a few more things to summarize this. I don't hate the machine. I absolutely love it when it works. It's very fast, it's very well performing, and it looks absolutely beautiful too. And the touch bar is really, really cool overall. It's a great party trick for that matter, but all the issues just really hurt me inside, especially at that price that I've paid. Issues, the price, that's what really turns me off. Take us out, Canoopsy from a week ago. And that's it. So, like the video if you liked it, comment down below your thoughts on the 2016 15-inch MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.